How does Neroli even know that this Pokemon lives in wetlands? Is there a different place that we could be conducting sleep research? Oh, a wild Pokemon appeared. It's Wooper. Run. Who's putting this lottle creep in front of me when I didn't ask for it? Why would you choose Quagsire to do anything in this game? This Pokemon is a danger to your other helper Pokemon. Wooper is an abomination. Run away. It's a freak. We can immediately send it to Neroli for extermination if you want it to just die. So why do I hate Wooper? Happy screen time, and thank you for subscribing for weekly Pokemon Sleep Rotomfoolery. And a happy Valentine's Day to you. I got Pokemon Silver for my birthday back in the year 2000. And even though the Y2K bug didn't ruin mankind, it took on the form of a Pokemon, changing itself from a bug to an axolotl. It was disguising itself. But guess what? Real axolotls have arms, and that's how you can know that Wooper is an abomination. And this is when I was introduced to the scourge that is Wooper. Now, before I get into my personal hatred, let's look at Neroli's hatred of all things good sleep research. What does he have to tell us about Wooper? Wooper usually lives in water and has a habit of burying half its body in the mud at the bottom of the water to sleep. When it sleeps on land, it buries itself in mud to keep its skin from dehydrating. Okay, so Wooper usually lives in water. Pause. So there are Woopers that live in water, and there are other Woopers, unusual Woopers, that do not live in water. They live on the land. And we've said nothing yet of other kinds of Woopers, other forms, types. Antonian, Paldean form. Yeah, it's form, right? We are just talking about the Johtoian blue guys. And even amongst this group, there are divisions. There are your usual water dwellers, and there are your non-water dwellers. I can only assume that this is due to overpopulation, that there's not enough space in the water, because no one is catching a Wooper, right? Wooper habitually buries itself in the mud, in the bottom of the water to sleep. Some of them are doing it in their homes, other ones are home invaders, maybe. And when it sleeps on land, it also buries itself in the mud to keep itself from dehydrating. Do you want to know what a dehydrated Wooper looks like? What are you so excited about? Wooper evolves into Quagsire at level 15 and with 40 Wooper candy. Neroli tells us this about Quagsire. Quagsire has a carefree personality, and it hunts for food by leaving its mouth wide open in water and waiting for its prey to blunder in unaware. If you see it asleep with its mouth wide open, maybe it's waiting for prey, even in its dreams. So, Quagsire has a carefree personality. A good nickname for Quagsire would be Honey Badger. In other words, Quagsire doesn't give a Quagsire about you. Your other Pokemon might love you, but this giant salamander, he doesn't. Happy Valentine's Day. And giant salamanders eat fish, crustaceans, insects, and small mammals. So literally, this Pokemon is a danger to your other helper Pokemon. It will literally eat them. You ever wonder why you never see Krabby on Cyan Beach? Have you ever had a Pokemon that you've been hunting for a long time and you can never seem to find it? Could it be that Quagsire decided to eat it? Maybe we do need to feed more biscuits to Quagsires so that it eats less Pokemon. And then if we do recruit it, we can immediately send it to Neroli for extermination. Like, how rude is this guy? He waits for a Pokemon to blunder into its mouth, or sorry, prey, whatever prey is in the Pokemon world. So if a Pokemon walks into its mouth intentionally, it will be fine. But as soon as it walks into its mouth by mistake, zero forgiveness, zero remorse. Congratulations, your Pichu evolved into Pindigestion. Okay, so why do I hate Wooper? Well, the real reason is that when I was playing Pokemon Silver back in the day, I caught a Mareep on Route 32, and before I took that trek into Union Cave, I think it was called, because I was spoiler free back then, we didn't have internet. Just kidding, I just didn't look it up. I didn't know what was on the other side of the cave, so I figured better level up some Pokemon, make sure I can make it through this cave, and better level up this freshly caught Mareep. And how do we grind in the early game of any Pokemon game? We put in the Pokemon we want to raise, and we switch it out for the good one. Well, in this case, the good one was a Quaquaval. And if you happen to know anything about Wooper in Gen 2, it knows the move Water Gun, which is not great if you're trying to use a Quaquaval to grind your Mareep. And you might be thinking, couldn't you just use the Mareep? And you're right. You could just use the Mareep if you want it to just die because it can't use Thunder Shock, its signature move at level early game. So, as I was grinding levels, every time I encountered a Wooper, I was forced to run away like a coward. Oh, a wild Pokemon appeared. It's Wooper. Run. It's something else. Great. It's Wooper. Run. Woopers showing up on Route 32 were just wasting my time. As if grinding wasn't already a grind, Wooper was in my way. So that's what started my hatred of Wooper. Leave me alone, I'm just trying to level up. And now that I'm old and wiser, I can reflect back on that time, and I think about all the potential I had as a young man. Some might say that I was wasting my time playing video games. So, shouldn't I be even more upset all these years later that the time that I spent wasting recreationally was even further wasted by Wooper, who's putting this Lottle creep in front of me when I didn't ask for it? Do you think that they created Mudkip because we realized this is such a cool typing for a Pokemon, but we absolutely wasted it on garbage? Alright, fast forward a lot of years, and very recently I learned that there is a different kind of Wooper, a Paldean variant. I have not played the most recent Pokemon games, so this was a surprise to me. And now, let's see what Neroli has to say about the new guys. Paldean Wooper. It used to live in water, but now Wooper also live on land. A poisonous film protects its body. It usually makes its home in muddy wetlands, so you can sometimes see it sleeping with its whole body covered in mud. So, it used to live in water, but now Wooper also live on land? False, Neroli. You said Wooper usually live in water. This is a different being. This is a variant. There were already some Wooper living on land, sir. How else do you explain the Wooper that we've been seeing in Taupe Hollow? Here it says that it usually makes its home in muddy wetlands. Well, I know where it lives when it doesn't. In a cavern. It's called Taupe Hollow. Or in a field called Greengrass Isle. So let me ask you this. How does Neroli even know that this Pokemon lives in wetlands? Is he holding out on us? Is there a different place that we could be conducting sleep research? Neroli says we can sometimes see Wooper sleeping with its whole body covered in mud. Whole body. Not according to the data miners. At level 15, with 40 Wooper candy, a Paldean Wooper can evolve into Clodsire, which is a whale of some sort. Neroli says Clodsire lives in ponds and swamps. It will carry Wooper on its back and ferry them from one shore to the other. On rare occasions, it can be seen sleeping in the mud. This may be because it got sleepy while ferrying Wooper. So did you know that Clodsire lives in ponds and swamps and caverns and fields? Not in lakes, not by the beach, specifically ponds and swamps, neither of which I've ever seen in my life as a researcher. So Clodsire pretty clearly does not live on land compared to other Wooper-esque species of Pokemon. It lives in bodies of water. So if Clodsire does not live on land, what the dessert and drinks is going on in Taupe Hollow? We have a beached whale, We have a caverned whale? None of this makes any sense. I'm just trying to imagine a Clodsire being like, I'm so tired of ferrying Wooper around this pond. Why don't I get out of the water and find a comfortable place to sleep, far away from water in a cavern? Wait, I'm too tired, and now I'm falling asleep, accidentally, in mud. Oh. This is such a rare occasion. Clodsire. I don't think Neroli studied Clodsire very much before he wrote this. Let's think about this. Couldn't mud be forming because water is dripping off of a whale? Make it make sense. Alright, Pokemon Sleep aside, let's be honest. Would you rather have a Quagsire or a Gengar? I know most of you are going to choose Gengar. Okay, now choose one of the following. A cat magician, a teenage mutant kangaroo, or a giant salamander. Let's be real. The whole open your mouth and let prey wander in thing was already done. And it was already done by another potato farmer, no less. Why would you choose Quagsire to do anything in this game? Wait, I said Pokemon Sleep aside, but now I'm back to it. Why would you choose Quagsire to do anything in this game? Alright, how about the new guy? Are you ready to give up Squirtle? Squirtle. One of the originals. You're just gonna toss it aside and say, we don't need you anymore. We have Paldean Wooper. He has 2 first names. Or are you going to look at Clodsire and Absol and say, you know what? You see that Andalite Pokemon with the sweet tail, with the nightmarish demeanor? We don't want you anymore. We want the chocolate Eclair looking guy. Or are you going to give up Vikavolt for Clodsire? Actually, that one, I don't really care. Don't feel that attached to Vikavolt, so maybe you won't. Okay, if I got a shiny Vikavolt though, that thing looks legit. Alright, well, is my hate for Wooper justified? It was a small seed, but it's had a lot of years to grow. And in any Pokemon game that I have played since then, Wooper has just filled me with mud. But Paldean Wooper, if I'm being honest, hasn't done anything to offend me yet. Maybe I should give it a chance. Plus, I haven't exactly invested in any cacao farmer yet, so nice to meet you, new guy. What happened last week in Pokemon Sleep in my account? So, the week before the Valentine's event is when we are talking about, and I got desserts at Old Gold Power Plant. So, it's essentially a practice week for the Valentine's event when I plan to go to Old Gold Power Plant again. The first night, given the choice between 2 Flaffy, a Crocolore, a Fuecoco, or a Diglett, I decided to catch an Eevee. Now, this Eevee has skill level up M to start, and skill level up S, so less main seeds, and a skill trigger M, but a main skill chance down. So, maybe this Eevee could be a good Umbreon, who we don't need to be doing skill triggers, but could be doing it at a very high level, and I could evolve and just leave it in the box forever to fill my Pokedex. So that was our first night of snoozing sleep, and the next night we got dozing sleep. And we were fortunate to get a new sleep style, a topped belly Sprigatito, or stars, which will wrap up the Sprigatito line for us, so glad we got that one out of the way now, I guess. We had a hungry Shuppet on the field, so we risked some biscuits on that, and then gave our bonus biscuit to finish off Mimikyu. First we'll look at the Shuppet. The Shuppet has skill trigger S, helping speed S is good, more neutral stuff, another neutral one at level 100, main skill chance up. This is not a berry finding Shuppet, it is a different kind of Shuppet. Now, Mimikyu. This is my first Mimikyu that we've caught, It has skill trigger M at 25 is great, and skill trigger S is also great, and speed of help up, the adamant nature. Okay, that's 3 good things. I may not catch another Mimikyu, so this may be the one. So you can stick around. The next night we got Slumbering Sleep with no new sleep styles, but we did catch a Cleffa as well as a Magneton. Now, the Cleffa is a berry finder, but let's see if it's actually a berry finder. Well, it decides it wants to start finding more berries at level 75. It has a speed of health down nature, so it's getting transferred. Magneton. Let's see. We've got some pretty good Magnemite options so far, but I'm open to a better one. It's good at level 50 and level 100, but we have better options, so sayonara. So then the next night we got Snoozing Sleep again, and this time, what did we catch? Did we see that thing? What the heck is that thing? What the heck? What the heck? A Bulbasaur is trying to invade a Pikachu's body. Did you see that? What the heck and heck? And glad we caught that on camera. Bulbasaur keeps trying to sneak in here, but the Shinx is on the field and we caught it. Let's check on this Shinx. Most important thing is going to be the ingredient spread, which does not have oil. It is mono tomato though, which I'm interested in considering. Ingredient finding at level 25, and it can be upgraded, but an adamant nature, so I don't think we will ever use this. So sorry, little king. The next night we got Snoozing Sleep again, which is pretty great because we would love to attract some Shinx since next week the Aron and Grubbin will be boosted. We did get a new sleep style, a Palmot Curled Up Sleep 1 star. It just occurred to me that Palmot is the latter evolution of this thing, so that's cool. When I saw it in the morning, didn't even cross my mind. We had a hungry Raichu on the field, but let's be real. Am I going to use a Raichu? No. Would I use a Shinx if I got a good one? Yes. So, Shinx, let's see how you are. Alright, this Shinx is ABA, so I'm already not very interested. Helping bonus is at least interesting. Ingredient finder M, helping speed M. We have 3 good things, but not the ingredient spread that I want. So it's interesting. The helping bonus makes me think, okay, wait a minute, would I be willing to use this? But probably not. I should go transfer it if I have it. Alright, the next night, Dozing Sleep. And on this dozing night, ooh, something special happened. The game crashed. Okay, coming back to the sleep session, something really special. We're like sinking down farther and farther. The next night, something really special happened. Another shiny Sprigatito. We already have one, and we have a shiny Florigato that showed up. Now we have another shiny Sprigatito, and since we still could use our bonus biscuit, we used it on a Grubbin. And then I got real greedy and started throwing great biscuits at Charjabug. Then I got even greedier, started throwing more great biscuits at another Charjabug. Thankfully, the second one got a big hit, so we got to take it home for 2 great biscuits, but we have a lot of opportunities to get a mono coffee option right here. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're going to count down to the shiny. First, we are looking at Charjabug, who has ABC, Ingredient Finder M, Helping Speed S, Ingredient Finder S, Speed of Help Up. Ooh! If this thing had mono coffee, we'd be all over it. I'm probably going to hang on to it because I might use an ABC option one day. And here's our mono coffee, first mono coffee Pokemon we've seen. Ingredient Finder S is amazing. Start Helping Speed S at level 50. It's blocked by Helping Speed M. And it's timid. Ever since I joined the Velociraptor Discord, I have been cursed. Alright, the next grubbin, AAC. Again, helping bonus, helping speed M, but this one's ingredient finding down, so you're gone. Now, shiny Sprigatito, will you be good? ABC does not make me excited about this shiny Sprigatito, but ABC probably means it's going to be great, right? Ingredient finder M is great. Ingredient finder S later, that's good. Speed of help up. If this had been ABB, I probably would have used this. But it's not, so it's gonna sit in the box and shine. And the final sleep session of the weekend was dozing sleep. We caught a Caterpie and a Shuppet. The Caterpie has nothing until level 75 and a good nature, but we have a berry finding S, one around. It's not the greatest ever, but it's better than this one. And Shuppet starts with berry finding S at level 10. That's exciting, but doesn't get helping speed until level 75 and timid. So yeah, I'll go test it in Rain X later. Most likely we're not going to keep that one around. But that's the Pokemon I caught this week. So we did see a lot more of those old gold power plant spawns this week, thankfully, and that's probably just because area bonus is up and we had a good week. But still, would love to get a good ingredient finder on one of these. So some other things that happened in this week, or as we like to call it, the deep cuts. Because I have one of those missions that is use 271 candies, I decided to use exactly 271 candies on my Quaquaval, whatever. His name is Bieber. I decided to use 271 candies on Bieber, and so that brought him up to level 56, which is pretty exciting. And we're getting that much closer to 60. My goal is to use whatever candies are necessary, probably at least 271 the week of Valentine's to bring it up to level 60. So we'll see if we can get there. Bieber also reached a milestone during this week, 1,000 sleep hours. So a new ribbon, expanded inventory, and a new icon, which if you're on my friends list, you've seen me rocking. So just wanted to honor all the great sleeping that Quaquaval has done, because it definitely hasn't been up all night grinding for leaks when we've all been sleeping, right? That's how you get sleep hours, is you sleep. Alright, what else is going on? I think I already told you guys my plan to go to Old Gold Power Plant for the event to benefit from the Aron and the Grubbin spawns. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully we'll run into a Shinx or two along the way. It's going to be a big spend week. So I'm really grateful that we also have the Good Sleep Day, is what it's called. And we get those extra points for extra biskies. If you've watched this far into the video, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you. Only about a third of the people who start my videos make it this far, according to the analytics. So thank you for being somebody who is dedicated to the channel. You're probably one of the people who watched my last video as well, but that last video did not do that good, even though I thought I had something pretty cool. Sorry if it wasn't that entertaining. Yeah, begging for views. Great luck, I've been Brown. Please like the video. It actually does make a huge difference. So yeah, it was just a boring non-event week. We're just grinding, getting those levels up, and trying to save up some dream shards. I don't know. I think we're all just waiting around for challenge mode, right? Like, that's the next big thing. Valentine's isn't a big deal. Paldean Wooper, cool. Another cacao farmer. Great. I'll hunt him later. I don't know. Is the game getting boring? Are you getting bored of the game? Are you getting burnt out? How are you feeling? How are you sleeping? Would you like to see more silly videos back on this channel? I think we've done a lot of tip videos lately. Let me tell you guys, I love this game. I'm having a blast playing it, even on the slow weeks. I love having something to think about, something to strategize about. This is gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna be a little bit vulnerable to just say it's fun to have something that I feel like I'm kind of good at. Life is hard, you know, and life is stressful. Man, what? I'm tired. There's a lot more to life than Pokemon Sleep, and it's getting enough sleep. So take care of yourselves, people, and hope you're doing well. Let's do this again sometime. Happy researching. It buries half its body in the mud at the bottom of the water to sleep. So, it's a freak. Because how can it survive? Because how can it survive underwater and breathe on land? That's not a thing, right? It can sleep underwater. So it's like a... Is it a mammal? Can any other reptiles breathe underwater? Hey Siri, can any other reptiles breathe underwater? Crocodiles can breathe underwater. Sea turtles can breathe underwater. Can axolotls breathe underwater? Okay, wait. Scratch all that. And waiting for its prey to blunder in unaware. Wooper's showing up on this Wooper sleeping with I might have been onto something from Velociraptor. Plus, I still haven't fully invested in any cocoa farmer, so yeah. Min-max life. Alright. Let's see what happened in Pokemon Sleep. Alright. Now that I'm recording this too late in the week, let's see if I can remember it all. Oh, I should have told you guys. The next night we got Slumbering Sleep. And we got more new sleep styles. No, we didn't. So, we got a Shinx. We fed a single Pokebiscuit to a not hungry Dedenne, just for fun. We must have been doing some math or something, but alright, which brought us to almost the end of the week, but we have one more sleep session to review. We used sleep, ready. Oh, I want Wooper, Pokemon Sleep. I want Wooper, Wooper. Want Wooper, Paldean, so I get the details. Paldean, Wooper, and Pokemon Sleep. Paldean. The shiny for Paldean Wooper looks just like regular Wooper. I hate it.